Hi everyone, it's Miss Haley again. Today's video, I will be going over the 4.5.2 checkup in preparation for your quiz this week. So let's go ahead and get started. Hopefully you've already had a chance to go ahead and start this or finish it, and we'll just be going over it. So here's our 4.5.2 checkup, but first there's something that I want to go over. So this is pretty important when we're talking about combining transformations, such as stretches, shifts, reflections, things like that. So because if you do these transformations in different orders, you may not get the exact same graph. It's important that we kind of have a standard to go by. And so I didn't really come up with any sort of like acronym for it, but HSRV, if you can remember that, maybe that would help you from problem to problem, or if you just want to write that down and have it near you while you take the quiz, that would be good. So as an example, let's go over what the series of transformations would be for this example down below. First, we would do the horizontal shift. So you know the horizontal shift is inside the parentheses dealing with the x. So this would be left 2. So first you would take the graph of x squared and shift it to the left 2. So we already did horizontal shift. Now we have to do stretch or compression. Okay, and so we are multiplying by 3, so that's going to be a vertical stretch by 3. Okay. All right, so we did stretch or compression. Next we have reflection. So reflection, we have that minus on the outside, so we're going to flip or reflect over x-axis. So that would be your third transformation, and then that vertical shift would be the minus 5 on the end. So we would take everything and shift it down 5. Okay, so it's very important that you do your transformations in this order, because if we did, these in a reverse order, sometimes it would give you the same one, sometimes it won't. So if we always stick to this standard of these 4 steps up here, we'll always get the same result. We'll all be on the same page. So this is definitely something you're going to want to write down. So if you need to, go ahead and pause the video and write these down, okay? Let's go on and start the checkup. Okay. All right, so for all of these, we're given an original graph, okay, that is in a solid line, and then the transformed graph is the dotted line. So we want to figure out which equation would get us from the solid line to the dotted line, okay? All right, so what's the order of our transformations? HSRV, let's write that to the side so that we can remember. HSRV, okay? So horizontal shift, we don't have any of that, so we don't have to think about that. What's the next one? Stretch or compression. It doesn't look like we have any of that. What about a reflection? We definitely have a reflection. So which one of these answer choices doesn't have a reflection? We can automatically get rid of it. That's this one right here. Okay, and then a vertical shift. So, well, first off, if we were to reflect this, let's see, flip, up, down, it would go right here. Okay, so then we need a vertical shift. So between, okay, so we know that this one would be a horizontal shift, so we know it can't be this one. So it's either between the first or the second answer choices. It looks like if we took this parabola up 1, 2, that would give us to the dotted line, right? So our answer is this one right here, okay? I hope that process made sense. That's what we're going to be doing for all of them, okay? All right, so looking here, horizontal shift, it looks like we have a horizontal shift 1, 2, 3 to the left. So looking at our example or our answer choices, which one has a horizontal shift to the left by 3? That's going to be this one. So sometimes if you get to the first and the second step, you can already narrow down your answer choices. And why wouldn't it be these two? Because those are vertical shifts, right? They're not directly affecting the x. And then that's a horizontal shift to the right, so we know it has to be that 4th answer choice. All right, next page. Okay, same thing. Okay, H, S, R, V. That's going to help me remember. Horizontal shift, we don't have any of those. Do we have a stretch? Yes, it definitely looks like a stretch. Okay, which one doesn't have a stretch? The first one, so I'm going to cross that out. Do we have any reflections? No. Do we have a vertical shift? Yes, we definitely have a vertical shift. This fourth option does not have a vertical shift. And are we going up or are we going down? It looks like we took our function, compressed it vertically, no, stretched it vertically, sorry, and then moved it up 2. So that would be +2. Perfect. All right, so number 4, do we have a horizontal shift? Yes, it looks like we took our vertex and moved it to the left 1, 2. So which one looks like we're moving to the left by 2? Looks like it's this one, right? Yeah. And that's the only possible one it could be. This is a vertical shift. This is a shift to the right. And then this is a shift to the left, but by 3. So we know it has to be that third option there. All right, now we're getting to some that look a little bit more tricky because they're not parabolas, okay? Okay, so let's see. H, S, R, V. All right, do we have a horizontal shift? No. Do we have a stretch or a compression? Yeah, it kind of looks like we do. We can't exactly determine what it is, and all 4 of these answer options have stretches or compressions, so let's move on. Do we have a reflection? I wouldn't say we have a reflection because in both cases we are going down up, right? If it was a reflection, it would probably be going down like that, like up, down, and behavior-wise. And then do we have a vertical shift? Yes, we took that center point and went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's look. Which one has up 5? Only these first 2 options, so I can get rid of those 2. All right, and then this second option has a reflection on it, and we just said there was no reflection, so my answer is this first one right here. All right, number 6. So it looks like a parabola, but this is actually a quartic function. Kind of looks like a little bit flatter towards the bottom. Oops. All right. Do we have a horizontal shift? No. Do we have a vertical stretch or compression? I think possibly. It looks a little bit wider, doesn't it? What about a reflection? There's no reflection here. Okay, so we can automatically get rid of this first one because we have no reflection. And then a vertical shift, it looks like we're going down 2. Okay, so let's look to see which one has a stretch or a compression as well as a vertical shift. This one looks good. Oops. Sorry, this one looks good. These 2, what are those 2? Those are horizontal shifts, so we know those can't be the answers. So this second answer choice has to be the one. All right, looks like we're getting down to the last 4. All right, so in these, we're not given the original, we're only given the transformed graph, so we have to think a little bit harder. So our original graph would have been x squared, right? Okay, but we have to figure out which one f of x is in this case, okay? It looks like we moved that vertex to the right, so that's our horizontal shift. Let me write the little acronym. I don't know if this is helping you guys. Maybe you came up with a more original one. That's just what I'm going to be using. 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like we shifted over to the right by 4. So if we look at our answer choices, which one shifted to the right by 4? Looks like this fourth one, and then it said up 3, and that's exactly what we did. We know that's right. All right, number 8. Again, we're looking at an x squared, a parabola function. It looks like we took our vertex from the origin. Oops, I don't know why it's doing that today. Looks like we took our vertex from the origin and shifted it to the right by 2. So that's our horizontal shift. So which 2 have a horizontal shift to the right by 2? Looks like numbers 1 and 3 do. So I know 2 and 4, those can't be the answers. And then it looks like we had a vertical shift. Sorry, we had a reflection down. Which one has a reflection? This one, because of that negative out front. So I know it has to be that, and then that -4 means we went down 4. Perfect. All right, number 9. Okay, do we have a horizontal shift? No, it doesn't look like we do. What about a stretch? Doesn't really look like a stretch, but it could be. What about a reflection? Yes, we definitely have a reflection over that y-axis. So I know it can't be answers 3 or 4. Okay, it has to be either 1 or 2. And then it looks like we took our center point, that kind of like that turning point right in the middle, and we went down 2. So which between our two answers go down 2? That is second answer choice. All right, we're almost done. Number 10, I'm trying to go through this quickly so this video is not too long, but if you need to go back, please rerun the video, pause at any point. I just don't want the video to be too long. Okay, so do we have any horizontal shift? Yeah, it looks like the center point went to the left by 1, 2, right? Which one has a horizontal shift to the left by 2? It looks like answers 1, 3 shifted to the left by 2. So I can get rid of answers 2 and 4. Okay, what's next? Horizontal stretch. It's kind of hard to tell, but let's move on to reflection. Does it look like there's a reflection over the y-axis? Yes, definitely. And then it looks like we went up 3, so there we go. That's our final answer. All right, so hopefully that helped. Hopefully that first slide helped a lot with figuring out what order to look at the transformations in. I'm not sure if the notes went over that, but that's probably a good idea to have that in your notes on the side while you're taking the quiz, because that very much determines what graph you're going to get when you're looking at transformations and combining transformations. So good luck on your quiz this week. Keep working hard, and I'm proud of all of you for adapting so well to Apex and to Teams. So stay safe and have a great day.